Well. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live stream from the workshop here at MoeU University. My name is Edi Tuchek, and today is a full-time Friday. We are here in the workshop, and I'm just noticing that I have some speakers on. So mute this. Better. Okay, so I guess before I start building, let's do a bit of announcements, service announcements. I'm live again with my second workshop stream because I decided on Friday I will craft in the workshop for my figure photos, and on Monday I will do plastic models, so building them, painting them, all the good stuff. But today we are back again on our backdrop for the figure of Marin MoeU, I guess. Don't know how exactly to pronounce this, but let's see, this one here. There she is. In her super cool lavish outfit, and I've decided to build a throne room for her. So let me see if I can get this in focus here, but I made this little, let's see, I can do this. Okay, I have to turn off the tracking, but then I can show you. Let's see. So basically, this is what I want to do. This is a picture in my church nearby, where you can see, I guess that's the Holy Mary sitting on a pedestal or throne, and a bunch of holy figures around her. And back there you can see two pillars and a bit of open space, also a staircase with a carpet. And I want to create something like this, and I made this little sketch here on the middle, where you can see she's sitting on her throne. There are the stairs, and behind her are two pillars. And I've already made a test photo where you can see, let's see, where she is sitting here. There's almost no difference between these two pictures, am I right? And here will be the stairs. I have to build them. Here are the pillars going from here to here. And here is the background where I can use some creative freedom. Okay, so this is what I want to work on. And let's see. Yeah. You might notice that there is still no real intro for this workshop streams, because for the plastic model streams I have a little intro with a countdown and music and a be right back screen and a end screen. But unlike last time, I now have an overlay. I tinkered a bit on my PC and came up with this little overlay. I hope it's not too crowded. I mean, I tried to keep it somewhat interesting. I wanted to have picture-in-picture, so I've added a little CRT screen around it, and the chat is now a post-it note. So yeah, I'm also working with a new multi-stream chat, and I also have now everything here in OBS, so I can read the chat straight from OBS. So, and I see all the parameters. I even have added a clock. It's a real-time clock for my time zone, so you can so you know what time it is. I hope it has to tell my time. I think. Yeah, sure. And yeah, also it says what I'm working on the right side on the bottom. And yeah, I hope this works fine. I still have my browsers open, so to check a bit on the stream from time to time. But basically I can now do everything straight out of OBS, what is really cool. The only thing I can't do is chat, but I have a third-party tool for that. I also implemented a chatbot with like some custom commands. You can check it out when you're ready, if you want to. And yeah, so is there anything else to say? So probably for the next stream, for the next build stream next Friday, I try to add stuff on top of it. Maybe an intro or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So I can show you what I've worked on last stream and also like during the week. Because let's be honest, when I'm only working on stream, first of all, I will be like totally slow. And second of all, if I do this only once a week, a project like this might take 2 months, a long time, of course. So I have to work between streams offline. And also I can't stream like every time because honestly it's a bit exhausting. So you don't have to wonder if you can see everything. For the major parts I try to do it on camera, but there is some real tedious work sometimes, so I will do it off camera. Like for example for the plastic model streams for next Monday, I've already prepared almost all of the parts. I sanded them so that I can paint them on Monday. Because painting is so much more riveting than sanding. It's boring stuff, but nevertheless, it's okay. Okay, last time I failed a bit when trying to create those pillars. So the idea was to, let's see, to have those rows and add a bit of inner structure from a cardboard. So this is the row. I can turn on the tracking for once again, because I guess I don't have to show the whiteboard anymore. So if you scratch away the top surface of a cardboard, it looks something like this. And the idea was to wrap it around like this. And this worked, of course. Only sad part is that I had to like add on a piece here because it hadn't had the right height. But nevertheless, it worked. Okay, and then I wanted to add a top and the bottom part. I printed those. You can see them here. Those are 3D printed pillar bottom parts. And they're okay. I didn't go for the more lavish type with all those like ornaments because this is a bit more subtle. Since I had to scale up this model by quite a bit, it's now like low polygon, so it's not like round, it is like small little rectangles forming a circle, like a polygon look. So if I just sand this and paint it, it would look a bit weird because it's like geometric in shape and not round. So I decided to cover up this part with clay, and I also wanted to cover up those flutes with some clay so that it tempers out a bit. And this is the part where I struggled last stream. I've tried to add a bit of structure paste to the thing and quickly found out that the structure paste gets into the fluting and just covers it. So this bit of fluting that is there, wished it was a bit more distinct, but still, this is what I have to work with, got even more like smooth. And yeah, I don't know. So this is the part with the structure paste, and this is just normal paint here. And I also tried to have this filled in with clay without the bottom or top part. And it looked terrible. So I said, okay, this is my first try. We put this away. And yeah, this is where last stream ended. And last week, or this week, I did manage to come up with a technique to cover those flutes with clay on the bottom and top part. And I also managed to cover this whole section with clay and painstakingly add a bit of like curves and rivels to it. Don't know how to explain it. I also have this handy tool so I can press like small like sausages with made out of clay, and I can add this to my structure. It doesn't look like quite perfect yet, but then again, it's an old pillar, so it has to be like shiny and new. And also I will sand this by quite a bit. Also a task I will do off stream, because let's be honest, that's not a very pleasant sound, because most likely I will do this with a power tool. Normally I would do this not even in the workshop because of the dust, but currently it is really cold outside, so I don't think I will sit out with my jacket on with like 2 degrees Celsius minus, that is, and sand this. I will do it in the workshop. And yeah, so this is complete. Only the sanding has to be done, and then I can paint it in I painted here it white because I was like, okay, this is white, so this should be white too. But if we look at the picture, I guess I will go with like a darker shade, like dark gray, dark greenish gray, like sandstone when it gets like old, so it gets more like dirty and stuff. So I guess this is a better fit for the figure, because if we look at her, there is no white here, so there are a lot of black and brown parts, so I guess it's more fitting to have those pillars also in a darker color. So yeah, but I thought I will just paint it white as a primer. So yeah, and this one here is still untouched. No, I lied. I already filled out the flutes here, but I have to fill out the flutes here and cover all the both surfaces with clay. And this is what I want to do today. And if then is still time, the stream will go on for like 3 hours, I will start to build the structure, like the staircase and where she sits. And yeah, so that I will use like cardboard for it and styrofoam for the base structure, and then cover it with clay also, sand it, paint it, and then we'll have a nice temple structure. So let me just pull up my sleeves. I guess I can do this here, because it's not a very complicated task. Okay, so first of all, let me switch cameras and go over here, or here it was. So can I zoom in a bit more so that you can see? It's only a matter of time until the camera spazzes out, but I guess this works. Works. Maybe I pull it a bit back. Come over here. It's okay. So, okay. So let's see. Of course, now I have some water. I also missed the water last time. Then I have this trusty cap of a ballpoint pen, and some other modeling tools I will use to get this in the right shape. Also, I don't need much clay. I bought 3 kilos of it, but I try to conserve it. So first I will just start at the back. The back is really ugly here. Hope you won't see it. It has to only look good from one side. That's the advantage of figure photos. Unlike a diorama, you have to look good from all angles. It only has to look good from one angle. So, okay. So I added a bit of glue so that that clay will stick to the pillar at once and not constantly fall out. And I will just form a small ball of clay like this. Not too much, not too little. Has to be a bit of a Goldilocks scenario. And now I press this into this flute. I try to press it as gently as I can so that it fills out, but it doesn't destroy the structure, and also that it's a bit on the pillar end itself. And I do this like 2 or 3, maybe 4 times, and then I start to modeling. From time to time I wet my finger so to get the clay as smooth as possible from the very beginning. Of course you can always sand it, but then again, why have to if you can avoid it from the beginning? Okay, just like this. I also have to be careful with the water and the exposed cardboard, because when it gets too wet it also will lose its structure. And now I use this ballpoint cap thingy. It has like a shovel. It's like a small indent, so I can scoop out the clay that is too much. The excess clay. Okay, so like this. And now I can use this ball thing. It's a metal ball with a bit of water, and I can just form a really nice curve. Press it down so that it gets bonded with the surface a bit and tempers out. And I think this is a good technique. Doesn't take too long, can be replicated quite well, and it looks nice. Better than my first try, at least. And yeah, turn it a bit and continue. Start from the beginning. Basically, like with all my builds, I have to reach a point where I'm certain that it works. It's usually like at the halfway point of every build, where I can't be certain, okay, this works, this will look good on camera. Sometimes it's like at 2/3 of a project. Sometimes it's like 90 to 100% till completion. So basically, you're not sure the entire time if the set will work, if this will look on camera, because it has to look good on camera on the photo. It doesn't matter if it looks good to the naked eye, like in person. It has to look good on camera, on photo camera, that is. Because so many sets I built, they either looked nice in person and didn't look nice on camera. Granted, this doesn't happen often. But I had also times where it looked terrible, and then in the picture, it looked really nice. Most of the time when you do, of course, like more abstract photos, not tiny miniature worlds, but like compositions with like oversized props and so on. It might not look good on the photo table, but the photo itself looks good. So it works. And also, I have never modeled a pillar, so it was something that interested me. And with all my projects, I only do the things that interest me, because for other stuff, I don't really have the time. So, yeah. Because when I have to commit a certain amount of time to a thing like this, at least I want to be challenged and entertained. And not doing something I've done a dozen times. Sometimes you can't avoid it. I mean, like for example, building a tree. Tree is a essential part of all photos, not just cosplay photos. And so you might have to build one tree, and at some point you have to build another one. I've also played with the idea to build some palm trees for this photo. I've built palm trees twice. The second time I did it more lavish and more detailed, so it took a bit more time. And if I do it again, I might come up with a different technique. It's a bit like Lego sets, where they use like different building techniques for like the same part or like the same structure. Like each time they build a helicopter, they do it a little bit different, so it doesn't get too repetitive for the builder, but also for the designer. And so it's with this. I try to keep myself entertained, because believe it or not, for me, this is entertainment, entertaining to me. I mean, it's Friday night, after a long, grueling work week. Some people prefer to go out, have a good time, go to the movies, go to the restaurant, but I do prefer to stay at home and build a miniature temple scene or throne scene. So, what's wrong about that? So isn't it crazy how like 1/2 of the first month of the new year is already over? It's like almost, I mean, when there is Monday next week, I will tell myself already it's like the end of the month. I mean, doesn't help much that I work in shipping. So basically the second half of each month is the end of the month, like end of month rush. Because all the companies want to reach their financial targets, and so they look at those numbers and they see, oh crap, we didn't make enough, what is it called? Is it not profit? Revenue? Is it revenue? I guess is it revenue? I'm ashamed, I don't know it. Like the money when you sell something, not the profit of it, but yeah. So basically what I'm trying to say is the last week of each month is more busy than all the other ones, and also like the last week of each quarter is a bit busier, and also the last week of each year. So it's like a multiplicator. It stacks on top of it. All the tactical RPG players will know what I'm talking about. When your debuffs stack onto each other. There's still a bit of cardboard left. I wasn't too precise when I did this the third time, because I did it 2 times like it was planned, but then of course it didn't live up to my standards, and so I trashed the first try, and now I had to do this a third time. And now you go around in a circle, and you quickly realize how big this pillar is, how many small flutes there are. But this is the easy part. The covering the whole structure with clay is much more complicated. At least this is what I felt when I did this off camera. Maybe it's easier if somebody watches, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Also in terms of figure stuff, I'm now working on my next review, figure review, like a real one, not those short vlog styled ones, but a proper figure review. And I've wrote the script today. And I want to film the studio part, or the green box part, the green screen part, on the weekend, so that I can start editing within next week. Oh no, there is a commercial on the live stream radio that is playing in the background. It's already over. It's like so strange when I have this Sonos wireless speaker system in my house, where I can basically listen to music via Wi-Fi. What is really cool when it works, the whole Sonos experience, it's like magic when it works. But if it's buggy and laggy, it's really annoying. But nevertheless, it basically just connects to Spotify. And since I don't have a Spotify account, I mean, who does? Occasionally, as it is, there are ads. And I don't know if you know those Spotify ads. They are basically short, like radio stingers, like commercials you would also hear on the normal radio stations. But the volume is like double the current volume that you are listening music to. So they are really annoying, even if they are short. And also they are just always the same. So you hear them once and think, okay, I get it. Thanks for the information. And then you hear it basically like every hour. At least this was my Spotify experience when I still listened to this service via my smartphone or my car. But now with those Sonos speakers, I have the feeling that there isn't much ads. There aren't much ads when I listen via those speakers. I don't know why this is. So sometimes you have like a week without ads, and sometimes there are suddenly ads. So I don't get it. Really don't get it. And of course it's especially annoying if you use the sound system to have a nice wake-up music in the morning. Like, I tried different things, but I stick with like acoustic guitar stuff. Because with classic music it's like always either too soft or too intense. And I've also tried sounds of nature, but those clips were really short and not really themed correctly. So I would love to wake up to like bird chirping, but then you have like 10 seconds of birds when they chirp, and next minute you have like rainforest with like heavy rain and thunderstorms, something like this. So yeah, I settled on the light acoustic guitar thing stream to listen to when I wake up, in addition to my normal like alarm from the smartphone, because I don't trust those soft tunes to wake me up proper, and I don't want to oversleep each and every day, because trust me, I often do. In the last like 5 years, it was only one time that I really arrived late to work, where it actually mattered. But more often than not, I oversleep like 10-15 minutes, which is still annoying, but I guess it can't be helped. I'm a person who doesn't get much sleep. I stay up late at night, as you can probably tell from those streams. And then I have to wake up early in the morning. And I set my alarm to like really early in the morning, like unnecessary early, because I like to snooze away. I know people say this is either like a weak mindset. Don't use the snooze on your alarm. And then I also like people that tell you this is dangerous for your health, like not just a mental thing, but also like really bad for your body. But I like it. I like this, like getting awoken and falling asleep again for like 15 minutes and then do it all over again. I don't know. I like it. And also I noticed when I do this, I dream more often. And I kind of like my dreams. Never were a huge like nightmare guy. Never had really bad nightmares. Like only like 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 in my entire life. Most of the time my dreams are just absurd scenarios. More often than not with my friends and people I know, which is kind of cool because I don't see those people often, but I still dream about them. So really interesting, I have to say. And yeah, then sometimes the content is so absurd that I can even tell that it's not real. But I never was really interested in like, what's it called? Lucid dreaming, where you try to get a hold of your dreams or journal them and try to steer them in a certain direction. But it's interesting. I mean, I don't know how much they like analyzed and you know, get a scientific hold of dreaming. I mean, I guess to some degree, because it's interesting, but I don't think that we spend like real resources on this research topic, because in the end it's just dreaming, you know. And we are not living in an what was it called? Inception-like world where you can actually weaponize someone's dream. So I guess the military is not interested in dreams, and so it doesn't get much attention, because as we all know, if it's not for war, it won't get like developed or funded or even, you know, checked. Because even the internet at some point was mainly came up with it mainly because of course, military reasons. At least I think I heard this at some point. Isn't it crazy that, like, there was this time when they built the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, and people were really concerned that they will just end the world. I mean, I assume this was like for people back then with the Manhattan Project. So you constantly heard about in the news that, oh my god, when they collide those small atoms, maybe they will create dark matter and creating a black hole and stuff like that. It was like really Black Mesa stuff, Half-Life, Portal, things like this. So yeah, and nowadays you don't hear much about CERN, do you? I mean, I guess if you're interested in those topics, but when they built it, it was all over the news. But then of course today we have much more crazier things to worry about, so a little scientific centrifuge somewhere in, was it Swiss or France? I guess it spans multiple countries, I think. Isn't much of a concern anymore. So, okay, I managed to fill in those flutes. Don't know how good you can see this, but it's a small detail ultimately, but it looks better now. At least I tell this to myself, that it looks better now. I wonder how good it will look after the sanding, because the last time I worked with clay and had them to be sanded was of course the sofa I built, and that one looked a bit terrible, but once I sanded and painted it, it looked really nice. So hopefully I can replicate this effect with the pillar. Also, I constantly want to wash my tool in my tea. So okay, so now comes the tricky part. I have to cover this pillar, top and bottom, in clay. So for that I just clean a bit of my workbench, because having a clean workbench is important. Okay, let me see. I tried to use this. Last time I also did, and it wasn't quite a success. Let me see. But at least now I know how much I need and how big this has to be. So if people start watching now, they might think I will build a figure out of clay. Oh God, it's so crazy when people are able to do this. I mean, they took a bit of clay like this and they roll it, and they have like those tools, and then they do like this, and they form a leg like this. Here, leg, and then they build a body, and then you start to have a figure someone. So where is my, let me just come over a bit here. Yeah, that's better. So my hands are not obscured by those cog wheels I've built. I tried to have them like turn each second, but somehow it doesn't quite work. But I hope it's enough for the illusion. So now I have to basically roll this out, and I just need a really long stripe. So I can't roll this so long, because otherwise it would get too thin. So what I have to do is I roll it like this, and then I have to add a bit of clay on this side, and once again roll it out. Yeah. Like I said, this is the more nasty part of this whole process. But of course it's better if it's one piece, because who doesn't like a good one piece? I mean, you will see every seam, so yeah. And you also want to be short a couple of centimeters, because this would be really a shame. But I think this should be enough, at least in the middle part. Enough material to cover the whole pillar. And now I just try to get a nice cut. Make a straight edge. Remove this bit, and now I have to, I guess it's like 5-6 millimeters, like this. Then I can use the sharp one. Just okay. So this is waste. It goes back into the package. Ugh, come on. Ah. Stays here. And this is actually the part I want to keep. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's okay. So once again, I will add some glue so that it sticks to the surface. Makes it a bit easier. This part is already dried up, but it doesn't really matter if it's dried or not. And now I just try to remove it from the board without damaging it too much. And I take it and I roll it onto here. Yeah, look at this. Very nice, very nice. And since there is glue on it, I don't have to press it on too much. And now I can cut it. Overlay it a bit and cut it. Yeah, like this. Very good. And now we'll just press it on a bit and try to flatten it. Oh, this does look nice. It's a bit much here. I guess I have to cut it again. Okay. But ultimately this is just the easy step, part 1, if you want to call it this. Okay. So now I have to cover this part here, the larger part. So we'll do this again. Roll it to a sheet. But this time I will use a larger piece. I already there's already some clay in my tea. But I guess I can drink it. It's not toxic, is it? No. No, it's not toxic. Oh, that will be a joy when I receive my proper model kit paints that are based on highly toxic chemicals, where the people on the internet already tell you to use it in well ventilated rooms, which I don't have. I mean, this is like the basement, the most unventilated room you can think of. It's also the reason why you don't want or should store gas in the basement, because it's heavier than air and it sticks to the ground. I mean, I have a ventilation system for my laser. Otherwise it would smell like bacon in here. I mean, it already does if you work with it, and if you open the enclosure and get a good sniff, it and you just cut carton and wood, it smells like bacon. It's not a bad smell, but I guess it's not really... Fuck this. I guess it's not really good. I removed a bit too much, I think, but I guess I'm still in the clear. It's not the most joyful work I can imagine with clay. Not my favorite material to work with, but then again, I see no other option to do this, so I have to. I guess the other option would have been to just print the whole pillar, but then again, those small top and bottom parts took already 2 hours to print each, with a normal print setting, not too shabby but also not super fine. So if I have to print the whole pillar, I would have to do it in 2 or 3 sittings, because it exceeds the limitation of my printer. And also it would take an enormous amount of time and also enormous amount of filament. So also cost. And since I usually throw out all my old sets that I've built, this would be such a waste of money. Okay, let's add a bit in the middle here, because I think it's a bit too thin. And if we run too thin, it won't work. Because I need a bit of material to work with. Because after we covered the whole structure with clay, I have to form a bit of details into it. Isn't that fun? Because there is also a bit less material. I'm sure there is a more sophisticated way to do this, but I can't have like the right tools for everything. It's too much of a broad hobby to have like all the special tools for each build. So I try to settle on simple materials and simple tools. I just realized I messed up here. Why? Why did I mess up? It's not that easy. I mean, I guess that's fine. Let me see. Okay, yeah. It's okay. So, and I think this was like 2 centimeters in height, or was it like 3? No, it was like 2. Maybe like this. Because I have not. This is all I have here. This side, so I have to settle with this height. Okay, quite good. Remove the extra bits. And now, the middle part. A bit of glue. I think that's plenty. That's plenty. Plenty of clay to wrap it around. Okay. I guess I can still carve a bit. Because I have too much, and if I have too much, I have to remove it on the model. It's a bit annoying. Okay, so now do it like this. Yeah, good, good, good. And cover the whole thing. The problem is now this is round, and so it won't like the curvature. Try to escape, but that's okay. That's okay. I also want to escape sometimes. Okay. Now would you look at that? And now I have to bend it over the edge so that it stays on the model. Already I tried to cover up the seam here. I just realized that if I work from the other side, you maybe would see much more, because I'm left-handed. So it would be better if the camera comes from this side. But then again, it would screw up the layout, because then we wouldn't have a nice workbench background, but just the shelves with the tools on it. So it wouldn't be as aesthetically pleasing. problem is not to do this, but to do it 4 times. And each of those 4 times, it should almost look identical. I mean, it's still like handmade, so it won't be totally exact, but still, it would be cool if you can look at this and say, oh, this is supposed to look like this, and not just, oh, why does it look like this? So now I will just try to get this flush with the other layer. Okay, not so bad. And shortly after that comes the fun part, which is of course modeling the details. Okay, so looks like, now see, it looks like this. It's covered in clay, and this is not covered in clay. So you can see a bit of the ribbing, and look at my finger when it jumps over those lines. And this is like with the clay, smooth. Okay, so now let's add those details. Let me have a sip of tea with clay bits in it. So I will use this one and this one. First I try to carve a groove in it, a deep groove. Then soften it a bit with the other tool. Okay, now soften it with this tool. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. The rest of it smooth. And then I do this exact same thing on the top part, like here. Let me see. Just carve out a little groove on its own.
Once again, you don't see much because I work from the other side. You just see the lines as they appear, but I can't really work with the right hand. So but you see, I can still try it with the right hand. Do it like this. Because basically I just have to hold it and turn it. Would be much easier if I used like the stilt, not just the bit itself. Okay. Once again, other tool to soften it a bit. Okay. And another one at the top. At least I think this is what I want to do. Because in there will be a sausage, a clay sausage. So I have to be careful to make a nice bed for the clay sausage. Well, I guess it does help that the layer beneath has already dried up. I won't have this luxury when I do the other side, where it's still fresh. But yeah, so basically this is it. Soften it a bit. A bit blended in there. Just need to have a small groove. Doesn't have to be that complicated. Come here. Unbelievable. Oh, something dropped on the floor. Luckily, I don't have the timer up, the counter in those workshop streams. Because let's be honest, they are a lot more chaotic than the build streams, the Plum Mondays, where I have this counter, and each time a part drops onto the floor, the counter goes up. And each time the counter goes up, I have to use my bits to donate them to other people. So yeah. But here in the normal workshop streams, I won't do this because I'm much more carefree, much more in the zone, And also it doesn't really matter if something drops on the floor. So, unfortunately, no bits for one fellow streamer. But maybe on Monday. On Monday, something hits the floor. If it's a part or a part of the tools, like this small bit, it's a bit. Oh, shit. Okay. So, a few details added to the whole thing. Just go one round. Like this. Also on the top and on the bottom. So, et voila, a Romanic pillar. So this is without clay, this is with the clay. And now comes the fun part. It's a bit fun, actually, for once. Here is the part that hit the ground. Oh, Solo is in the chat. Yeah, thanks, I'm fine. And you? The fun part, yeah. The fun part is to make the sausage. How the sausage is made. I've stole this from the kitchen. And I notice it will be cleaned afterwards, but I don't know if this is food safe after this. I guess it was not too expensive. Still coughing, it's annoying, but I think it's getting better. Oh yeah, that's so annoying. I'm not ill that often, but sometimes I have a really bad cough and it stays for weeks. Because I usually don't go to the doctor or to the pharmacy and take some medicine, so it stays even longer. And everybody who hears you coughing thinks you're sick. What you probably are, but then they say, are you sick? You should stay at home, and so on and so forth. It's so annoying. And also, of course, you can't talk. And now, let's see. Ah, pasta! Hey, look at the pasta! Okay, I think I have enough. Yeah. It's a rough sausage, so I have to straighten it out a bit. Like this. And cut it. I'll keep this for later. No. I guess I have to stand up. Bring the camera with me. Add a little bit of glue. Now we can just wrap this around. I guess I can use a scissor. Yes, the easiest way.
Is to begin by listening.
And then I can use a bit of water to soften it a bit. And this does look so much better than my first try. So I tried this a few days ago off stream. Yeah, it's the second. So one is already finished because I did a bit of work off stream during the week. I had to try this, and now it's the second one. So, and once this is applied, I have to let this dry, sand it, also off stream because it's annoying, sound wise. And then I can paint it, and yeah. I also ordered a few props from China with like some hopefully sufficient scale that I can use in the picture. So now that I spent actual money to do this, I have a bit of a sunk cost fallacy, so I have to complete this. Yeah, I know. People always like try to give Temu some shade, but honestly, it's awesome for shopping like small miniatures, some dollhouse miniatures. I mean, I could also order them like from Amazon, but it's way more expensive. And also it doesn't take long, so they really figured out how to bring this stuff there fast. Because for the longest time I ordered them like at AliExpress or Alibaba, and this took quite some time. But now if you are lucky you can have them here like in 6 or maybe a week, 7 to 10 work days. And let's be honest, Amazon takes the exact same time, because if it's not distributed by their warehouses, it's also just air freight from China. But now I have heard that some time in the new year, they plan to offset the reduction of what is it called, basic food items. They plan to have a lower tax on them, like bread and vegetables and meat and stuff. And they try to offset those charges with higher import costs for basically overseas packages. So, fuck you, figure collector, I guess. But your milk will be like 5 cents cheaper, so that's a win for the whole box of milk I drink during a month. Oh. 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 Oh no, it comes off again. Oh. So Solo, how was your week other than coughing? Did you do anything fun? Any noteworthy events or sport or weather? Give me the news. Ah. Is it called a yellow slip? Like, why is it always like color? It's like the blue letter you get when you get fired. It's called a blauer Brief. Was it like actually this color? I don't know. Okay, I can't rest it this way, otherwise it will damage it once again. Couldn't sleep because of the coughing. When I fell asleep, I woke up at 8 because renovating work upstairs. The lovely sound of renovating. I know this too well. But at least it's better if you the person making the noise. Okay. I think I leave it as it is. It's not so bad. I mean, compared to the naked one. Okay, let's start from the top then. Is this still? Nah, that's not good anymore. Yeah, it will look better when it's sanded, so I can bring out the details a bit more, and also after it's painted. fun during the week? Well, I worked on this little overlay for the stream, so that it's a bit more interesting to look at. Also, I like to try things. Work-wise, you can now feel that the rush, the Christmas rush is over, so... Okay. Maybe this cup of tea won't get as many clay bits in there. Because if I want to eat clay, I just do it. Disgusting. I hope it's not toxic. I guess the sad thing is you can't think of anything that wasn't done live on stream these days. So I have to assume that there are people who get themselves like poisoned on stream on purpose by eating stuff or drinking stuff. But I like to live dangerous. I'm also eating the raw cookie dough with the raw eggs in them. All the salmonella. Now I have sand in my mouth. What's a salmonella? Has it something to do with salmon? It's funny how like the English word for salmon and salmonella, it's almost similar. Maybe found in salmon first. Yeah, then maybe don't eat it raw like a bear. That might help. Good thing we didn't discover it first. Or it would be called Lachsellen. This is a bit crooked. Damn it. Can't use it if it's crooked. Has to be straight. Yeah, and I also worked a bit off stream, like on the paint job of the figure, of the model kit. And now I'm already looking forward when it's done, because I think it will look great. Well, maybe not great, but better than before, so I see this as an absolute win. I hope to have this done by, I guess, like the end of the month, maybe February, to do the photo and to move on with things. And maybe it will gather a bit of attention, because other than some of my figure photos, it's an actual popular and still relevant character, and also a newish figure. Because if I can do this in January, maybe early February, I think this will not even be released in Europe, because if you ordered it at the local vendor, I might think they still ship it in early first quarter. So it always helps if you do photos and project with like popular figures, and not just with things nobody care about anymore. Because I had this with a few figure photos. They did absolute terrible, and I think the reason was because it's the wrong character, plain and simple. Maybe an older figure, or maybe a series nobody remembers. Because this is the downside of the modern entertainment industry we live in. You get lots of cool stuff, new series each month, but then again the time it stays relevant is very short, has become very, very short. And also, like back in the old days, everyone watched the same shows because there were no others to watch. But now everyone can watch whatever they want, and so you don't find as many fans and communities anymore. And so, yeah, you either have to do the super popular stuff, or just hope that somebody comes along and finds it and enjoys it. Okay. First layer done. The Sopranos. I only heard good things about this show, but then I'm not sure if it's my taste. Also, if you heard too much about it, it's already spoiled, most of it, for you, so what's the matter watching? I mean, was there ever a TV station who like showed The Sopranos, like here in Europe or like Germany or Austria? Because I don't know, it's like pretty mature content, so I'm not quite sure if they ever showed it. I mean, it's funny how some shows stay on the air for like decades in reruns and stuff, and some never come back. Like the prime example for the latter one, for me, is the TV series Lost. I think they showed it once on TV when it aired, and never again. Or like Doctor House. This was also like a show, was quite the hype, but it never really came back. At least not on the major channels. I mean, nowadays you have like all those smaller sub-channels, like even on linear TV. They must have shown it back in the days when the movies weren't holding back on showing through it. I think. Yeah, season 3 of House MD was quite bad. But I guess the 5th season is a bit better. But what I can remember is that they shifted away from the style quite a bit from the first couple seasons. So it's still interesting, but it's not the same. So if you like watched it because of the medical stuff and the formula, you might be disappointed. Back then, I still enjoyed the show all through. Even if I'm not a great medical guy, never was a fan of like Emergency Room or Grey's Anatomy. I watched Scrubs because it's funny. Oh, yeah, chips is a good thing to have. Enjoy your chips. It's also a bit loud because I'm working here. And so, yeah. So I was just saying that I watched House all the way through. Even had like the first 3 seasons on DVD. But usually I'm not a big fan of those medical dramas, the classic ones at least. Come to think about it, I'm also a bit like squeamish when it comes to blood shown in a like real emergency setting, like an operation. I just said that I was like a fan of Scrubs back then because it was funny, but I didn't like Emergency Room or Grey's Anatomy. Still there are more medical shows I can't recall. That's right. But I'm sure at some time, some point in time, they will do another medical show that is a fresh spin on the genre. They always do. They run out of ideas, they say, why not try this or that. I don't know that one. iZombie. What was this about? Don't tell me it's like a Zombieland saga premise where they are like all secretly zombies and have to live in the normal human world, so to say. There's a bit of a zombie outbreak at a party and the doctor who went to the party gets infected. Thing is, they always take one part of the personality of the person, of the brain that they eat, and so they get access to the brain secretly. She becomes a coroner. Ah, okay. Yeah, zombies were also a really big phenomenon a few years back. Not so much anymore, I think. But 10 years ago, like, every show had like zombies in them. Live more. So there is like a zombie outbreak, but they still live with it. Like if just it's a normal disease. Like we had to do with a certain virus. Just live in the world. I mean, I guess it would be an interesting thing if zombies were a thing in real life and the world wouldn't end. It's just like, yeah, sometimes you get bitten by a zombie and you became one. No big deal. Ah, okay. So there are only 2 of them. Fill more graves.
Maybe I will. I mean, sometimes I have access to certain streaming sites, so if I come across it, I will remember and maybe I start watching. Ah, okay. I also was thinking about starting with a new anime series, like look on the chart and see what's on this season. That looks interesting. But then again, I know that's a time commitment because I have to basically first I have to get a hold of the episodes. Wink wink, nudge nudge. And then I have to sit down and watch it and read all the subtitles, so I can't just have it on in the back. So basically it's precious time. But I guess one show each quarter, each season might be manageable. Okay, and now once again add some details. Yeah, of course, if you're sick, then watching movies, television, series, playing video games, that's awesome. At least that's what I heard, because I don't get sick. It's just like at some point in my life it becomes like really scary that I don't get sick. Like I'm working since I'm 15, like almost like 25 years now, and I never took a sick leave, one day off or something like this. Usually I get like a bit of a cold once a year, but even then I try to like push through. And all the sets are already destroyed, yeah. Getting a bit obsessed with the set destroying here. Still wanted to destroy this white castle I've built. It still stays in my company in an office, and it's a bit surreal because in a corner of the office there stands this like fairy tale castle, and luckily not many people come by, like new people, but every time they see it, sometimes they say, oh, what's this? But other times they just see it and like think, what the fuck?
Why? Because at least with the shipping container I've built, people get it, because it's a shipping company, there's a small shipping container. And they always ask me, oh, where did you buy this? And then I say, yeah, I've built it. And they say, oh, how? Why? Can you do another one? And honestly, I tell them, I don't know. If you would hold like a gun to my head at this point and say, build this again, I don't know if I would be able to. Because not only do I not keep any like footage how I made it, I also don't keep blueprints or measurements, so I don't know, maybe. In reality, this question never comes up, because I built it and I move on to another project. Don't have to build it a second time. But yeah, I want to destroy the castle. But some parts are quite sturdy. So I like wanted to put it on the ground and lift up some pallets, some shipping pallets, and drop it on the model with the forklift. Because it's too big to be run over by a forklift. And stepping on it might injure you, because some parts are made out of like sturdy materials. Like this thing, you can't break this. You see, it's like it's really hard. So I just made a little dent into it, but other than that, this is really hard. And some towers of the castle are made of those paper rolls. If you step on them with a 90-degree angle, it won't do shit. Maybe you break your leg, but other than this, nothing will happen. Now my leg is broke. Yep. Yep. Okay. Currently I'm happy so that I can build those pillars. Because last time I was a bit like, how will I do this? But again, this is like the fun part of doing those projects. So that you run into a problem and you have to solve it. But I'm also a person who doesn't like watch a ton of tutorials or like guides. I don't know, I want to figure out by myself. I want to figure out things by myself, and I don't know. And then when I see what other people do, all the awesome projects, I also get a bit like frustrated or envious. Because now with the internet and all those like creative outlets, you see so much crazy stuff out there, and you think sometimes, what's the point of even doing your own? But then again, I try to do stuff for my own pleasure. But then again, at least I... Is the microphone still on? Yeah, okay. Because at some point there will be a chance that the battery... I think the battery dies. Maybe. So I have to put in new batteries. Okay. Well. I'm also looking forward to complete this so that my hands are not constantly full of schmutz. Yeah. I mean, and I'm also believe that if you want to do a thing, you have to try. Because watching other people do things will only help you to a certain degree. Because I know so many people who love to watch like YouTube tutorials and like for any topic like cooking or like painting and video editing and stuff like that, but never do actually work on their own projects. And so it's like the same thing, you can't learn like Japanese by watching anime. Doesn't work this way. Otherwise I would be fluid in English, but I'm not. I mean, you can pick up certain bits and pieces, but it doesn't really help. It's sausage time again. Sausage time. Why is this like a shiny olive metal color? Why is it like this? Why is it pretty? Why is this kitchen tool for bakery pretty? I don't get it. Why is it shiny? I mean, it's almost like the mint color of the MoeU University thing, but well, maybe that's why. I know that feeling. Yep, eventually you should be done learning and starting doing. It's like with learning languages, if you don't use them, you're never gonna get better at them. Yep. That's why we are supposed to spend a year in China during university. And then again, it's like crazy. I mean, you only spend a year in China. Is this right? Or like, what was it? 2 years? 3 years? Not the majority of your lifetime. And yet, you speak like fluid. What was it called? Mandarin? Or like some Canto dialect? But still, if you spend like a short amount of time doing those things, you can achieve so much. Okay, let's see. Don't do this. Don't goof around. Don't play with your food. Food of thought. Okay. Oh shit. Just make a dent in there. Okay. Okay. You were thinking about me. Huh. I mean, crashing our ship into an island, I had... Don't be gentle, it's right there. Yeah, that's not an expression from me. Just stole it. But yeah. But of course I was thinking about over as well during the last couple days. Because was it yesterday? I guess it was yesterday. Or was it on Wednesday? I don't know. Sometime during the week, I shipped away his new TV. And it still hasn't left the hub to Germany. So I asked, and apparently it will leave on Monday. You learned it from me, yeah? So if everything goes well, smooth sailing, he will have a new TV by the end of next week. It's a big sausage, like a salami slice. So yeah, that's right. And I'm telling myself it's like an investment, because every time I'm at his place, what's like once a year or twice a year, then I will benefit from this very move. I mean, it's not only the interface that is locked in. That wouldn't be that much of a problem, but it's also like the color like error, or like the, I don't know why it's green in the middle. Doesn't make much sense to me, honestly. And also he can be my test subject for the television brand. We do not sell them, we just ship them, but we have like all of their models, and I sent him like one of the better ones, and if it's good, then I might consider buying one for me. Not that I would have a use for it, but I might put it into the studio as a monitoring display for the streams. Oh, that's right, yeah, that's right. Full HD, it's like 4K display, of course. I mean, I wonder that we are still at 4K at this time, not 8K. Because we don't have 8K televisions at the warehouse. I don't think so. But we have like really big ones, like the biggest one we have is like 116 inches. So it's like almost 2.5 meters in width. And if this isn't enough, you can still get a beamer, one of those short distance projectors. They can make a picture that is almost like 4 meters, like 200 inches. So really crazy stuff. Oh no, it broke. Just shy of the right length. But maybe I can push it a bit. Doesn't help that this is... Yeah. I can do this. Doesn't really help that this bottom part is also still wet. But letting things dry is for people with too much time. We don't have this luxury. Yeah, but I really hope that it arrives safe at his place. Because shipping television sets is so an annoyance. Apparently, I mean, I just can take their word, but up to like 50 inches, it's okay if the box falls flat on the ground, like topples over. Everything above that, it might get damaged on the panel because of the weight and the impact. The thing is, we can handle the bigger TVs, but at some point it has to be delivered on the last mile, and this is usually done with like small trucks, and they don't have a lot of equipment. So I'm always curious, how do they unload those huge long ass pallets without like a long forklift like we have. Okay, I will just leave it as it is. Stay. Yeah, but this is like this Saccare doesn't really help much when you have like a television pallet that is like 3 meters long. Okay. So now we'll let the pillar dry. What's the time? I can look on the screen now. Very good. And I will clean up a bit and then start with the structure, I guess. It's not so easy. I can rest this here. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. So we'll just clean my hands. But I'm getting pretty sleepy. I will head off to bed. So yeah, have a great night. Have a good sleep. Have a good rest. Thank you for dropping by to the stream. I might stream for a few minutes more, maybe an hour, and then I will also call it a day. So thank you so much. Bye. Yeah, so now I can look at the screen chat. Yeah, this looks like I had in mind, with this little fold, 3-dimensional fold, but the last bit of the chat goes under, so it is the illusion of a real post-it. Too bad I can't utilize this last bit, because there is no way to like edit the chat like this. It was quite hard to find a chat that is transparent and minimalistic, but now I'm quite satisfied with this. Okay. So let's see. We don't need this anymore, and this is now damaged because of my. This would have been a bit. Doesn't even stand upright anymore. Okay, then there is the clay part I chewed on. Yuck. Okay, this goes here. Yeah, that's why I don't really like to work with clay that much, because everything gets dirty. You have to clean it afterwards. But now I'll just do the basics so that we can carry on with the base structure. So I will clean my hands now and swipe over the workbench. So I will see you in a minute. Enjoy the Be Right Back screen with the plastic model theme, because I don't have a workshop theme by now. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. See you in a minute. Okay, back again. Now everything is almost clean again. So I can start a fresh step. And the thing is, I don't know exactly how to do this. I mean, I just take you over this space and switch to this camera. And let me bring up the base. Here it is, the base. So this is the size of the diorama. And we have the pillars like this. I will use the one that is already finished, like this. And we will use the figure to stand her like this. Yeah, this was the idea, to have it like this. Of course with the second one. So now I have to come up with a platform. But I think the pillar has also be on the platform, so I can just make some stairs. Some normal stairs. Like, okay. So just make a platform with stairs. Alright, alright. I can do this, I can do this. So it doesn't really matter. Just cover the whole thing. So let me introduce you to a new tool. So I can't rest it here. Okay, well. So here we have the styrofoam cutting thingy, the hot wire. It is a bit. So let me plug this in. And with this, we can cut through the styrofoam like butter through a hot knife. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. Luckily, I have tons of styrofoam here. And of course, we will start with the biggest block. Maybe this one. Put it up here. Because we want to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I still don't know if those stairs are a bit round. I think they're a bit round, like so like this. So the thing is, I might have to use a stencil to cut this. If I want to have like round stairs. Could look a bit more interesting if the stairs are round. So let's see. Where is my... And I still don't know how those tools are named in English. Like the circle. I still don't find it. So it doesn't really matter what it's called. If I can find it, we can use it. There has to be a... Strange. Is it upstairs? No. I mean, I have this one, but this is like not really good. But I guess I have to use it because where was it? It has to be somewhere in here. But then again, it is not. Huh. Maybe it is upstairs. Well, I will have to use this. Because this has no, like... I guess I can put in a pen here. Let's try this. Let's try this. Because a pen is something I have. I mean, I can just use this. Almost. Almost. Yes. Okay. I can work with that. Ooh. Maybe that's even better. Maybe that's even better. So let's see. If I go over here, and we want to have like... Let's measure the middle of this thing. Let's see. It's like 45, like 20, 22 and a half. Okay. 22 and a half. I need another pen. I need another pen. That would have been the third time something hit the floor. But yeah. So let's see, 25 and a half, like here. Then we measure it again. Here. Yeah. Go a bit inwards. Okay, like this. And now we can choose an angle. So, I guess like this. Yeah. Let's try this. Okay, let's see. I have to get this over here. Okay. I guess this works. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Okay. So now I can cut this. Need a knife. Where is a good knife? A good knife. Is this a good knife? No, this is not a good knife. Is this a good knife? Maybe. Maybe it is. Okay. Just let me cut this. So that we have a stencil for our stairs. I've used this technique before when I built the dungeon. And of course this would have been the perfect task for the laser to cut out this elliptic curve. But then again, I would have to set it up and draw the schematic, and this would take too much time, so I do it by hand, because it doesn't have to be perfect. And trust me, when we cut it out with the hot wire, the styrofoam will also be not cut perfect. There will be still a few like dents in there, and ultimately it will not matter because we will cover it with clay. But this is like 3mm book binder carton, very thick, very sturdy, so you have to cut it like 3 or 4 times until it's through. Or use a sharper knife, maybe this helps. Okay, I think that's okay. So, and if I now lay this here, I can work on some round stairs. Problem is, I want to have this in one piece, because, let's see, I only have this, I have this, so I guess I have to tape it together. I mean, the thing is, it's still too little material to cover the whole thing. So, I don't know, but we'll find out. Pretty soon we will find out. So let's tape this together. So that we can hotwire it. I guess it's better if I just tape it from behind. It's sufficient. Yes. I can also tape it here. So that it stays together. Okay, so I guess we won't need this. Turn it on. Set it to like, okay, 4 is 4.5. Because that's pretty thick styrofoam. Yep. Yes, you see? Piece of cake. But now I have to follow this carton, like so. And voila, we have a shape. And it's not the shape of water, it's the shape of styrofoam. One step achieved. We won't need this anymore. But I guess we still need a bit of, get this more levitated. So if I do another set of stairs, like here, will this work? Or let's say like so. Will this work? guess. Can work. I mean, I guess it's curved inward because I cut it this way, but yeah, okay. I mean, just... I mean, we have enough material. At least I hope so. Because there isn't much that has the right thickness. Because this is ultimately... I mean, as a stair, I don't know. I guess it has to work. In like... with her feet and stuff. I guess I will try. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is exactly what I meant when I said there will be like dinks in the styrofoam, but ultimately doesn't really matter because we will just cover it up with clay anyway, so it's just to have the basic shape of the stairs. And of course, it sticks to my fingers. Okay. So we have to use this here on the base layer, like so, and then go up and up and up and up. We will just make 2 stairs. Why are there holes in it? Don't like this. I guess I already used up the good parts. Leaves me with only crap. Because this would be the perfect thickness. But I only have this one sheet. Maybe we can only do 2 flights of stairs. But let's try. as I thought. It's the perfect height for the stairs. But then again, I just have like 2 of them. So can I cut this in? No. It's too... Doesn't go all the way through. Okay, just let me cut the second one out of this piece. How to do it? How to do it? Like this? I mean, I guess like this, because otherwise there will be too much damage to the structure. Also have to be really careful with the smoke, because of course there is a smoke detector in here, and it would be not fun if it goes off at midnight. For all the poor people here that try to sleep. Wouldn't be fun for the neighbors if the smoke detector goes on. Okay. Did I damage it? No. Okay. So let's see. Those two are like the ideal thickness for stairs. Like so. And I just will put them here. Okay. Move it a bit outward to get more space for the diorama. That would be a nice idea. And then I have to find another way to make the other stairs work, because I just have too thick material in here. I mean, I guess it can't be helped. I will just have to make larger stairs then. So the first one is a bit larger than the second one. And maybe I can combine those two to one flight of stair. I guess this is good. I guess this is good. I can do this. I just have to straighten this a bit. But how to straighten it? How to straighten it? Just let's see. Do this. Oh, no. Not like this. Come on. Yes. So now I can use this and this simultaneously. Yeah, okay. I can work with that. I just have to glue this once again. And go like this. Maybe I will turn this off for a minute. Because honestly, at the moment I'm burning through electricity like crazy. Sorry about that. Because I've decided to heat my greenhouse with electricity. And I can already tell you, it's now like 24 hours active. And I have pulled, one minute, I have pulled a whopping 6.3 kilowatt hours. And it's not midnight, so it might even be like 7 kilowatt hours for one day. And it wasn't crazy cold today. It was cold, still minus 3 degrees at night and like 0 degrees Celsius at the day. And it took like 7 kilowatt hours, which translates to like roughly $2 for one day. So if we like say for another 30 days, it's like $60 just to heat a greenhouse. And then it's not like warm inside, it's just not freezing. So yeah. Okay, let's cut this. And of course also then I'm doing like all the streaming and the cameras are running and the lights and stuff like that, so yeah. Also the central heating with the heat pump. So on a day like this I'm pulling like 40 kilowatt hours. Having a nice electricity bill. Okay. Come on. Don't be like this. There's a small cut, so I can't follow the line. But other than that, it's a pretty simple but effective method to cut styrofoam into shape. So now I have like 3 flight of stairs. Where are they? Here are they. Okay, let's see. Yes. That's good. That's good. Can even like get them a bit out. Okay. And maybe I have like a finishing layer. I can use this one, this flimsy one, because yes, this is enough. This is enough. So those are good. Those are good. And this, I mean, it's a bit too small, but I can work with that. I can work with that. I have to work with that. Because otherwise I have to go material hunting. And let me tell you, it's always those things you need that don't come around. Because all those styrofoams I collected from like boxes and from work. So it's basically free stuff. And I'm just upcycling it. Okay. Have to be careful not to break this one. So this is like the last step. Maybe I can do another one. Can I do another one? I guess I can. I guess I can. I will do another one. Maybe I can use it. Who knows? Better than let things go to waste. Compared to the clay, this is really fun to work with because it's like phew, 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 and it's done. Okay. And now put this away. Oh, maybe I will need it again. But now I have to glue this, and since we have the time to let it dry, I will just use like wooden glue as well. Because, let's be honest, I want to use the good styrofoam glue if it's just like a flat surface that can dry overnight. Okay, let's see. How's the stream doing? Everything is fine? Yeah. Nice. So we start with the thickest part on the ground. I guess that's this one. Wasn't there an even thicker one? Like this? It did cut out. Oh yeah. It's... Where is it? Ah, there it is. There it is. This belongs together. This belongs together. But do I really need it? I don't think so. Because otherwise this will be too much. But then maybe not. I mean, I could use this as a base and just cut off the photo at this level. Yeah. Why not? Okay, let's glue this. So I guess I'll just do this from the other side. And then I have to find a common ground with all the remaining parts. But that's not so complicated, at least I hope. Let me just mark this where the glue has to go, so that I don't make a mess. Like this. It's so astonishing how you can't see like anything other than black color here on those cameras, because it's a bit too bright, but now you still can see it, but oh well, you have to believe me. So the first layer has to be glued like this. Okay. And from here I can now work upwards. Maybe I need a thing to keep this up. Yeah, like this. Perfect. Okay. So now the larger piece. This is a pretty big dent in there. Oh well, I guess Cannot really do much against it, other than complain. But yeah, I mean, it's an old staircase, so it can have dents in it, I would say. So, okay. I always have to look at it from the angle I like to picture it once it's ready, because it doesn't matter how it looks from the side or from above, it has to look good from this angle. Okay, I guess we are not really straight, like at all. Let's measure this a bit. Like 2 centimeter. Okay, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's good. Then we have another. Now we have the thinner slices. Once again, we look at it from this angle. Yeah. Can I just maybe this is better to have the curve upwards. Looks a bit nicer. So I hope there is still enough glue on it. Maybe add a bit more. But it's just like that it holds a bit together when we work on it. We will just cover this with like so much clay that it doesn't even matter if we glue it together or not. But yeah, okay. And now place this on top. Still 2 centimeters. Almost. Headset is getting a bit annoying, but yeah, 3 more to go. Then we just have to find a common ground. It's a bit tricky, I will say. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. just a little bit longer. Yes, okay, okay. Next one. Can this stay on there? I mean, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Widen those steps a bit. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oops. It gets a bit unstable, but doesn't hold much. Soon I can stabilize it. Yeah, this looks good. This looks really nice. Okay, I can see it, Now the final step. I mean, yeah. Going all the way back, oh. That's the thing, it's toppled this, okay. Well, I guess not. It's just that the glue is not dry yet. Okay. Going all the way back there. Fine by me. Okay, just glue this together, and then we can look for a solution how to come up with the rest, because as you see, it won't stay up. I mean, I don't know how to solve for it. Maybe, okay. Almost. Annoying. We can do it like this. We can do it this way or the hard way. I guess I have to hold it. Let's see. Let's switch over to the other camera. And I hold it. I press it down for an extended period of time. I mean, it's not like it's midnight or so. It's not like I'm still streaming for 3 hours and I'm standing here pressing styrofoam together until it's like at least a bit dry so that I can work on it. Can I get my cup of tea? Stój. Okay, let's get a fresh cup of tea and then we can press it on a bit more. It's still steaming hot. Okay, I have to wait. I can't drink this.
So what's up with the stream? Is anyone here? Anyone out there? Is this entertaining? Building a structure for my marine figure over here. You can't see it, but believe me, it's there. I can show it to you like this. There she is. She's waiting. I have to make this real sturdy because she's a heavy figure. Right now she would like topple. But once we get this over, we can work. So let's see. If I can just... The height of this is 13 centimeter. Okay. If we are lucky enough, I think this holds now. I think this holds now. I really don't have anything to... 30 centimeters. Let me see. Yes. I can do this. I can do this. Or just wait. I don't need it this way, but I need more styrofoam. This is like the largest piece I have. Maybe I will cut it like 3 millimeters short and then do the rest with carton. But not the Prince of Bel-Air carton, but box carton. Like this piece here. Ooh, it's like 5 millimeter. That's a 5 millimeter carton. Such a good piece. Let me see. Oh, it's almost 7. Woo! I knew why I stole this from the company. 7 millimeter. If you have to buy this, this costs real money. 7 millimeter cardboard. They threw it out. Now we can drink it. Okay. Get away with this. And away with this. Come here. Come here. We will rest it over here. Go play with your friends. Okay, this is important. After midnight, I will stop drinking the tea and switch to the booth. It's now an adult stream. I told you those workshop streams are open-end. Okay, we need this... come over here. We need this again. Now it's a new day. Saturday. New day is here. And we can still burn some electricity. Okay, 13 centimeter. So now I need this. Ha! Let's see. And I start from this side. And I just show you the bench. Like this. And let's see. 13 millimeters. Actually a bit less because the cardboard and so on. So like here 12 and a half, 12.3. I guess this is enough. Just leave it there.
so unwieldy. Those huge sheets. Okay, let's try this. This doesn't look so bad, but I think it's too little, too short. Let's see. Actually, yeah, a bit, but not much. Not much. Doesn't help much that it doesn't stick together. Maybe I would have used the styrofoam glue. I mean, if it bugs me, I can still, doesn't matter. But yeah. Okay. So I can go a bit broader. Like this. And cut another piece. I guess like 3 pieces are fine. Don't need much more. Once more, for good measure. Okay. So I guess now we can just pull this away. We won't need this anymore today. Yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Set up this once more, so does it doesn't look like shit. And now I just put this here. Can you see this? Where is the camera? There it is. Also, this wouldn't count as parts that hit the floor, because it was done on purpose, so this wouldn't count. But then again, on the plastic model live streams, why would I purposely throw something on the floor? Doesn't make sense. I can only do this in the workshop streams, because those are chaotic kinetic streams. Yes. And then we have a level. We have a level. I have to cut this a bit, but other than that, that's fine. Actually, that's fine. I also have to cut this part here. I don't know exactly how. I mean, I guess I can run it through the machine, because it's 30. Yeah, I can do this. Nice. So many good ideas at such a late hour. Maybe this is my power hour, like midnight. My power hour at midnight, where all the good ideas come to fruition. see. I mean, look at it from this angle. Yeah, I mean. Try to put it like this. Oh. Would be nice if this sticks together a bit nicer, but then again, could have used the correct glue, but I didn't. Because I'm a cheap bastard. And at some point, I'll just demolish this. So, the last thing. Okay. Did I work in? No. Okay. Luckily, I did not put in the roll. Yeah, but this looks fine. Once it stays together, it will be great. So I can now measure the cardboard, how to cut it. I cut this a little. It doesn't stick together. But I have an idea. Big brain idea. Big brain idea. Just use some nails. Just have to find the right ones. I guess the right ones are upstairs. Why is everything I need upstairs? Crazy. Crazy how it is. But let's see. Oh, now we need a hammer. We've done so. The little hammer. The small hammer. Oh, so cute. Did I just nail styrofoam together? I think I did. What a crazy man. Okay. Now you have some proper work foliage, some hammering ASMR. Oh, those are some nice stairs. Those are some nice stairs. I mean, this is a bit unnecessary because it will be cut off. Here it's okay, but on this side it has to be in here. And then again, has to be... I even don't need the hammer. I just can put it in like this. But it's a bit more fun with the hammer. Gotta say that. Or not. Let's see. The pointy nails. So now this sticks together and is much better. So I can move it around like this. That's a nice structure, isn't it? I mean, you can see shit because it's white of white. So let's cut this. At the right angle. With the tri-square. I know now how this tool is called. A tri-square. Fancy, fancy. Chillax. Don't be like this. Don't be like this. Doesn't... I mean, this would have been like a classic drop on the floor. Another 5 bits here. But then again, it doesn't count. But tune in on Monday and you might see some floor dropping. Let the parts hit the floor. Let the parts hit the floor. Let the parts hit the floor. Okay. So is this good? Oh, almost. Or like we like to call it, good enough. I mean, this is a bit like... Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I can tape this to a smooth surface. Yeah. I like it. Okay. So the last step until we close out the stream is to cut off those extra parts. So hopefully this will go as intended, because afterwards I still have to clean up here a bit. Also have to rate someone, as it's good etiquette, even if nobody is watching. But maybe we can meet some cool people. Okay, so once again, we put this in. Come here with our structure. And yes, okay. From this side, I guess. Nah, okay. Let's see. Just cut this off. Hopefully there are no nails. I mean, almost. It's a bit better. Okay, once again. On the count of 3, I just follow this line as close as I can. Don't burn my fingers. Okay, good enough. Other side as well. I can do it like this, maybe. I just have to follow this line. Okay. Very well. Honestly, that went better than expected. Now we'll just put the cardboard on, glue it together and let it dry. Even the camera is highly motivated to follow. Normally it doesn't like it when I move so fast. But now it's like, oh, there is actual progress on a screen. Screen. Huh. Let's follow this very closely. So, yeah. I guess after this stream I have to replace the batteries in the headset. Because sometimes there is like a small... And I don't know if this is the battery running out or if this is the body bed in general. Since I'm now monitoring myself all the time, I have to say I can't notice any like dropouts sound-wise. At least not as much as in the studio sometimes. But even there, I think I found out what's the problem. So it's getting better all the time. Each video, each stream is a bit better than the other. And at some point, it might even be good. Who knows? Okay. We have a platform made out of nothing. It weighs nothing, it costs nothing. Just cover up this gap so that it's a bit easier to clay it afterwards. Nice sound bites here. The only downside working with styrofoam is the cleaning afterwards. I mean, the hot wire is a clean solution to work with it, but still there is waste. So much waste. Also, let me cover up this gap here, so it gets a bit easier to fill it up with clay. I think this will look really good. I think this will look really good. I mean, we can even placed the figure and the pillars already. Because let's be honest, that's a sturdy platform. And who knows? Maybe it's good that it's hollow from the backside. So maybe I can use this space for something clever in the picture. One could never know. Only downside is my hands are dirty. And now I have to touch a figure. That's bad. That's nasty, really nasty. Okay. Those are the pillars. We'll just turn it towards the camera so that you might see it when I pull it up a bit. And okay. Chessnymph, thank you for the following. And welcome to the stream. So this is the platform, those are the pillars. And that's the figure. Well, well, well. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I mean, there is no... Huh? It's good. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. And see how this works. I have to tilt this a bit. Yeah, okay. Then, okay. I mean, with the smartphone, it's a total different focal length, but I can go like this. Yeah. I mean, why not? I can even pull it a bit outwards. It's still wet. Wet cement is wet. Okay. Pictures are looking good. So we let this dry overnight. Maybe I will work on it off camera so that we can actually have a bit of progress. Sand it. And yeah. I will place the figure on a safe space. Come on, come with me. That's a good camera. Follow me. Okay. Well. I guess this was a productive stream after all. We made a platform, a good platform. We almost finished those two pillars. I mean, finish. Still a lot of work to do with them, but better than the last one. And yeah, so let's see about the rate. Just God damn it, everything is full of stuff now. Blech. Okay, let's see. Who to rate? Who's doing cool stuff? Let's see.
So let's see. Master grade Baratos. That sounds actually interesting. There's another dog pond. No way. I have to rate this maybe sometime. War duck miniatures. Okay. But now let's go with the master grade dude. Where was he? Where was he? Here it is. Let's rate channel.